Good morning. Click like, click share. That's if I'm putting this on YouTube. Good morning, everybody. Today is Sunday. Sunday the what? Sunday, April 16th, 2023. While my face is wet, I'm going through menopause. I'm sorry. I'm hot. What I'm doing a lot of things. I'm waiting for the buyer of my bedroom set that said they want to buy it to get back in touch with me so they can come pick up this stuff so I can, start doing something with the house, clean it up or whatever. I don't know about y'all, but this spring cleaning stuff, I ran away from home because of this. When I was younger, my mother used to be like cleaning every 5 minutes, it seems. And I left home as quick as I can because I couldn't take it anymore. I really, really couldn't take it. I mean, plus I was, I grew up, I had a baby, and so I had to be on my own. But I had to leave because from a young child of 4 to a woman in, having a child, and you're cleaning every other day, and then on the weekends, you're breaking everything down. I don't know if a lot of you West Indians know what I'm talking about, but that's what I had to deal with in my household, my household when I was younger, and I just got tired of it. I just really got tired of it. We got to do laundry all the time because we didn't have a laundry washer and dryer in the house, so we had to go blocks and blocks and blocks to do laundry every week. Then you had your regular chores on the weekend. And then here's your mom going crazy, telling you to clean this and clean that. And Sunday come and you got to get ready for school. And so I never had a break. So when I grew up, I just started keeping my house tidy. And I would do like major cleaning on like major holidays, or like when the weather is breaking, like not for spring and blah blah blah. But that's why I always try to keep my house tidy. I know that the bathroom and the kitchen is always being used, so I always have to clean those two things up. But right now my house is in a mess. I'm looking through closets, I'm trying to throw stuff out, I'm trying to sell stuff because I'm moving to a different state. So I'm trying to think what to take with me and what not to take me. I wanted to just sell everything and buy everything new. But the stuff I have is pretty nice and it can fit somewhere in my new house. The reason why I say that is because a lot of moving companies don't feel the same way about your stuff that you do. So by the time you get it, it's all broken up, chipped up, or something. And then you took all that money to get your stuff shipped. And then when you receive it, it's chipped up and you got to throw it away anyway. So you wasted not only transportation, you wasted money hiring these people. Now you still have to look for new furniture. So I'm like, should I even take the chance of taking it with me? But some of the stuff I have is very expensive and was specially made, so I can't really find them anywhere, thing. So I thought this was going to be my retirement home, but it's not. So I'm going to be moving. So I was like, okay, I got to move. I'm just selling everything. But some of the things I have, you can't get anymore. And it's pretty nice, like my glass table, my chairs and stuff like that, So I decided to take it with me. So hopefully when I'm ready to move, I'll get a good packer and I get a good moving company to move my stuff. Because if they come chipped, I'm going to break. Get upset for those people who don't know what that terminology is. Yeah, I'm going to break. I'm going to get upset. And the moving company is going to have to look for the first. No, I'm just joking. I can find stuff, But some of these pieces are hard to come by. And if you find it, you know, you got to pay a pretty penny to get it replaced. So yeah, simple things like I had some special towels that I bought, and you know, I used to um, have, have people stay here. Brand new, somebody stole it. Now I can't even find it anywhere, and it's irreplaceable. And when I did find something, it's not the size that they stole, because they stole the whole pack. Because you know, it got giant beach size, then it got regular wash, then they got wash towels, and they had, well, anyway, they stole it. I'm looking all over the place for it. Still, still Airbnb has not yet paid me for it, you know, and I don't know. But anyway, I am trying to do some cleaning. So when you look around my house and you see a whole bunch of stuff all over the place, it's because I'm trying to first I'm trying to make room, push everything aside, so when they come pick the stuff up, they'll have a clear path. Second, I'm trying to decide what I'm going to keep, what I'm not going to keep. I'm trying to decide what I'm going to keep laid down, like the rugs, if I'm going to keep the rug down or clean it and put it away for the summer, because so the house can breathe. Because you, as a house owner, you have to know these things. As a woman, you have to know these things. Your house has to breathe. After the winter, you have to open up. You have to open up the windows. You have to open up, go up in the attic. You have to open that up, let some fresh air come in, even though it's hot air. Some people say keep the cool air in, but then when the cool air finally disseminates, it gets really, really hot. So you don't want all that stale air stuck in your house, because then, you know, you start breathing in all that air and stuff like that, all that dust or whatever. So you go up in the attic, you open up the windows, you open up the windows in your house. Just let the house breathe. Let the wood or whatever, the fabric of the house, let it just in and out, because you don't want to expand and, you know, then you see cracks and all that stuff. So yes, it's been a while and I'm still trying to clean. I'm trying to get rid of this furniture because I'm doing, you know, different things, and just trying to minimize and whatever. So anyway, that's what I'm doing. Plus, I'm doing a little bit of laundry. So I just heard the thing go off, so I was about to go pick up the laundry and put them out to dry and stuff. So yeah, I gotta hang them up so they can dry and what have you. And what else I gotta do? I gotta cook. Now, I don't like barbecue, but for some reason, I really don't. I don't like barbecue. Every time I taste barbecue, it's some kind of different sauce and it tastes nasty. And then one time you do find a barbecue you like and it tastes great. So I just don't eat barbecue. When I go to barbecues, I tell my family, do not put barbecue sauce on my food. You know, and if they do, you know, I try to eat it, or I try to scrape it off or something. But for some reason this morning I got up wanting barbecue. So I'm gonna make me some macaroni and cheese pie. I'm gonna make some barbecue chicken with some corn and potato salad. Or I'm gonna make some barbecue chicken with some sweet potato french fries. Okay. And yeah, that's it. You know, I don't have to get fancy. It's only me. I mean, I can get corn and stuff like that. So so either with I'm gonna put some corn with the french fries or something. So either one I'm gonna make. I'm gonna make no rice today. I'm gonna make the real Sunday dinner with the macaroni and cheese baked pie, potato salad, and what else I said? Some corn and the barbecue chicken. Or like I said, I'm gonna make barbecue chicken with sweet potato fries and some corn. So that's what I'm gonna cook today. I just fell for it. I just got up and I'm like, what I'm gonna eat? Cause you know my my taste buds are so bored, because we tend to eat the same thing, season our food the same way. So I've been trying all these things to see if I can get different flavors. And then I stopped that for a minute, so I'm back to regular cooking. And because my house is packed with food. It's a thing I used to go through, you know, as a broke young mom and a teenager, So now my house is full of food and I gotta get rid of it somehow. So that means I gotta cook. So right now what I'm gonna do, I just text the persons, because it's two of them. Um, they was making bids on the bedroom set, and I just put up a pool table for sale. That I'm not gonna. I put it up now because I know it takes a while. But with the pool table, I don't really feel like opening my back door or anything like that to get that out, because that's how they brought it in. Because it's heavy. It takes like 4 people to lift up that pool table, you know, and when I got it, it came through my back door. So I don't think it can fit through my front door. And I really don't feel like opening up my back door and stuff like that right now. So if it sells, they're gonna have to try to get it through the front door. Why? Because it's a headache opening up my back door. Because I have to be safe, so it's locked and padlocked and blah 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 and all that stuff. Because of the situation that my gate is no longer there. So I gotta take precautions. So even though I put it up for sale, they're gonna have to try to get through the front or wait till I'm ready to move or something. But if I sell my bedroom set, then the house is gonna be much lighter, so I can maneuver some furniture and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm just trying to sell a couple of other things. I just don't like a packed house. My mother, I love my mom, but well, not now. But being West Indian, every corner gotta have something, and I'm like, no, I just need space. That's why me personally, I like the open space concept. I just like space. I don't like clutter. But if you see it now, if you see my house now, you would think my house is cluttered. That's just stuff I'm looking for, packing up and whatever. I don't like clutter. I really don't like clutter. I like space. I just like to see my house pretty, but not packed with stuff. I don't like that. I don't like a full house. I just like a nice, eerie space that looks beautiful. And that's what I go for me. For me. So right now I'm just emptying all the stuff that I no longer want. And most of the stuff I have, it's like brand new, you know. The stuff I have is like brand new. So, but I have to sell it as used, or which I did. I put it as in fair condition, and but most of my stuff is just there for show, because usually I'll just either go in the kitchen, go back in my room, and now as recently I come in my living room and stuff like that, and do some work, whatever, and then go back. But yeah, I just gotta, So I'm just getting ready to go downstairs and take the stuff out of the laundry and do whatever. It's just waiting. That's the hard part. waiting is the hard part, because I really want to get rid of this stuff and um, lighten up the house. Because I used to just keep it for people who visited and stuff like that. But, as I grow up, I just empty certain people out of my life. So I no longer need the extra space. I don't. I'm not going to be so hospitable anymore because, sometimes you think you have to hold on to people just because they're family or something like that. But you don't, because if they don't bring anything good into your life and they always upset you or try to put you down or degrade you or something like that, you don't have to have people like that in your life. So I just had to let a lot of people go. I blocked them on my phone. I really wanted to change my numbers and stuff like that, but some of the numbers I have is business. So until I can get my business situation straightened out, you know, I don't want them back in my life. I don't, every time I talk to them is some kind of negativity and unbelievables and calling you all kinds of names and, making you feel like you have bad intentions when you don't, and for instance, I did it with my sister and my cousin. But I'll tell you my cousin's story because it's the same reaction from both of them. My cousin have an apartment, a beautiful apartment. She just renovated and everything. And a couple of years ago, she was looking for a tenant, couldn't find a tenant for a while. So, I got the B&B. So I said, oh, why don't you turn it into a B&B? She said, no, I don't want that. I said, well, it's a separate apartment. You upstairs, they downstairs. They got their own interests and everything. Instead of going through problems, all these problem tenants and stuff like that. And at that time, it was COVID. So I said, and COVID is here now. They're going to come in, pay 3 months, and then don't want to leave and owe you rent and all that stuff. So she's like, no, I'm not going to. So like a year later, like I said, it's the same story with my sister because she was also looking for someone for her apartment in her basement. So but I took it to my sister first. But both of them gave me the same reaction. So anyway, so then I'm thinking, and I was having problems with people around my neighborhood trying to steal my customers. They kept putting my pictures on their websites, and they kept hounding my space. They kept sending their friends to give me bad reviews. So if you see any bad reviews, it's on there because my neighbors sent their friends and stuff to give me bad reviews so nobody would rent from me. So anyway, yeah, and then they would mess up my place, and then they would call B&B and make friends, or they knew somebody who worked for B&B, and I wouldn't get my insurance for the people messing up my place. Ergo, the towers I just told you about. But one day I'll show y'all pictures of twice it happened of how these people left my place. But later on I found out it was the people who rented was family to my neighbors. So anyway, so if you see any bad reviews, it's my neighbor's family who did that, putting bad reviews on my page. So anyway, and you would see one on, is it Hotels.com too? Yeah, I think I have one on Hotels.com too. Yeah. So anyway, so I said, okay, what I'll do is instead of renting here, I'll rent my cousin's apartment and I'll do my B&B over there. So everything is separate. So I went to my cousin and I said, oh, how much you paying? How much you charging for your apartment? She said, why? I said, oh, because well, I brought the offer to you because I told you can do it B&B, blah blah blah. My friend is going to help me get more customers, get more clientele, and because he's in the music business, so he's going to try to get me some more clientele, blah blah blah. Because some of the people come here to New York City and they don't want to, they want a secluded area, but a nice place. I said, how much is your thing? So she said, of course, she said, why? So I told her, for Airbnb. So I said, she said, why would I rent you my apartment and I can make that money and blah, blah. Oh, so she just went, oh. So I said, well, I bought the offer to you like a year ago. And I told you, I'll show you how to go on the site and you can rent the place yourself, blah, blah, blah. And I wasn't getting no money. I was just showing her how to do it. She told me she didn't want to do it. Then a year later, she still didn't rent her place. And then he called, we spoke, and he said, well, I'll try to get you some customers, you know, when they come up to New York City. So I said, okay, fine. So I brought the idea to my sister, to my sister too. I brought the idea to my cousin, and she broke, thinking I want to make money off of her hand and this and that. So, and then I offered her, I said, well, you can get half, or you can get whatever. And she made it seem like I was trying to gyp her out of the thing. And it hurt my feelings because I was just sitting here trying to make, find ways of helping you make money. And I wasn't trying to, outsmart you and stuff like that. So her and my sister had the same reaction. And it hurt my feelings because my sister was looking for, because she's newly separated. She was newly separated and she just bought a new house. Divorced. And I brought the same idea to her. And I told her, I said, why don't you rent the place? Why don't you, do the Airbnb? And she said the same thing to my cousin. She don't want all kinds of strangers. So I said, you're not even going to see it. So I explained them. She said no. So I said, okay, well, I'm looking for different locations. So why don't you just rent it to me? I would pay you whatever you ask, whatever you rent it for, I would pay you. I'm not asking for no discount or whatever. And she broke. She just started calling me all kinds of names and telling me that I'm trying to make money off of her. And, well, would you do that? Would you rent me your place? I'm like, well, the only reason why I asked you because you said you needed the money to help you with the mortgage. You wasn't finding anybody, and the people you was thinking was suspect. So you needed something, I needed something. I'm paying you what you asked, so, and if there's any problem, my son will just get on the highway and see what the problem is and take care of whatever needs to be fixed. So, it was a genuine business contract, thinking that an older sister was helping her younger sister, and they just went off. They just started breaking and telling me I'm trying to be slick and all kinds of stuff. So I'm like, okay, fine. And even after that, I still spoke to them, but every time I spoke to them about everything, I was just not getting any more good vibes with my family. So I just cut them off. Finally. It took me a while because somebody told me to cut them off. But, I love my family, but evidently they don't love me. They always think I'm slick. I'm always trying to make money. And it's just me growing up in the hood, always trying to have something in the back just in case something failed. And since I'm doing it and my neighbors wasn't allowing me to do it because at first I was getting a lot of customers, I said, let me do it elsewhere and try to make money. And you know what? My sister and my cousin became best friends with my neighbors. Because my neighbors started telling my sister and my cousin, I'm talking about them. They gave them tapes because they was taping me. They gave my cousin and my sister tapes of the stuff I said. But I'm like, you know me, that if you wanted to know how I feel, you could have just asked me. I would have told you the same thing. It's nothing that I said that was untrue. And they became good friends with my neighbors. So I cut them off. So sometimes your good intentions is not well taken. You try to help. I was watching a movie the other day, and this guy, he was one of those people that goes in the water and save people. I forgot the name of the movie. I think it was Kevin Costner. He jumped in the water to save the guy, and then he ended up dying, and the guy ended up living. So here I am trying to save. I'm not saying they needed saving. Here I am trying to thinking I'm doing something good, and I became the bad person just because I like grinding and making money, and just because I had, it was kind of rough for me when I grew up. So I always had to have a second way of thinking. So that's why I got into the stocks and stuff. I started investing in stocks. I started learning about it. I started learning about finances and things like that. So that reminds me of the, you know, I came across this thing to make more interest on your money, but not lose any money. And I was trying to share what I know, but I was trying to, um, make money like that too, because they're paying stockbrokers to thing their funds, and the stockbrokers, all they do is look at the thing and invest it, and they just forget about it, and you're losing money. With this thing, they wasn't losing money. So I'm thinking, okay, this is a good idea. I can share it with people. So I discussed it with my friend, and he's like, oh, that sounds good, why don't you try to venture out and ask people? He said, don't ask your family, but I already did. He said, don't ask your family. He said, your family's not going to be your customers, he said, because they hate us. He said, try to advertise other people. So I just was starting sending out random stuff to, celebrities or people that I watch on YouTube and stuff like that, to see if they wanted to make some real good interest on their money. And people think I'm scamming. I'm like, okay, well, I'm not going to force nobody to make money. And I do understand. They don't know me. So who's this girl telling me, So the program, it starts with $250. So I said, okay, just send me $250. And you got all my information. Send me the $250. I will show you by the time you give it to me, you will see how much interest you're going to earn just on that $250, which is the 5%. My bank right now is paying me 0.01%. The program I'm in is paying me a whole 5% a day. So I'm thinking I'm doing something good, because this is how people start off. So they just send their flyers to people. So that's what I started doing. So, a lot of people think I'm scamming. So I'm not going to try to think nobody. I'm just going to move on. And if I get other clients, fine. But I'm not going to force nobody or push nobody or try to think nobody into making money and things like that. I understand you don't know me, but all it takes is a phone call. I mean, do you actually know the stockbroker? You go into the office, you interview him just like you're going to interview me. You don't understand? And that's all I asked. But, people think you be scamming. But, I don't benefit from stealing, because once you steal from somebody, you lose twice as much. So I never stole in my life. So not even a man, And I just I didn't understand. I'm like, I'm just trying to make you money, whatever. But whatever. So yeah, so that's how I just stopped talking to my family. I barely want to talk to my son, because my son is on some BS sometimes. But he's the only one in my family I talk to right now. And barely. You hear me? Barely. So, yeah. I'm at the age in my life, I'm cutting you off. I don't have to prove nothing to you. I survived this long by myself. I don't need you. You know. You known me all this time or whatever, and you ain't never hear Rhonda stealing nothing. Yeah, Rhonda, that's my name. I call myself Sugar. That's my grandmother's name. I did steal my grandmother's name. Sugar is my grandmother nickname my grandfather gave her. Yep. That's the only thing I ever stole. And yeah, because me and my grandmother were so close. If it wasn't for my grandmother, I don't know how I would survive in this world. She did everything for me. Everything. When I got pregnant, when I had my son, and my son started going to school, she'll help me take him to school, pick him up, feed him. I'm not saying my mother didn't do none of that stuff yet, but it took a while for my mother to come around, you know. Because me and my mom, we don't really have a great relationship. But, at a certain age when my son, she's a great grandmother, though. She is. She gives my son everything. You understand? So I forgave her on everything that me and her ever went through. But my grandmother, oh, that was my homegirl. Anyway, so, yeah, I just cut my family off. My sister, my mother, because my mother and my sister's like this. And my mother and my cousins like this. And anytime I call my mother to tell anything about my sister or my cousin, she hangs up the phone on me. She don't even hear what I have to say. So I cut her off too. Yeah, I don't care. She don't add anything to my life. I tell my son to keep in touch with her, but my mother don't add nothing to my life, and my sister don't add nothing to my life, and my cousin don't add nothing to my life. So, if they want to keep being mean, they let them be mean to somebody else. I can't take it no more. I get headaches every time I talk to them on the phone, because it's always a screaming match. It's always like I gotta defend myself for simple things. And then to find out that they're good friends with the people who's causing me harm, that really was like a punch in the face. It really was. They deny it, but I found out. They deny it. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know that person, blah, 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 blah. But they do. They do. So, I'm not going to keep trying to get a confession. Well, you was acting strange, so we got to know each other. And she's, none of that. So I just said, you know what? You got to make a decision what type of people you want in your life. And I don't want that type of people in my life, even though it's family. I cut my sister off. I cut my other sisters off, except one. But me and her always arguing about something. I love all my family, to be honest with you. I love them to death. But they don't like me. I don't know why. Ever since I was young. They do not like me at all. None of my family. We barely get along. None. I go to family functions. I sit at the table by myself because I'm a quiet introvert. So, but all my family is very outgoing. They got lots of friends. But me, I'm a quiet introvert. And every time there's a family function, it's something, and at first they didn't even invite me to none of it. Nope. The only time I would get an invite is my dad. And the rest of the invites would be non-existent. They would have all kinds of family get-togethers, family dinners, family outing. I would not get one invite except to my dad's function. And the same, and with my mom and same thing. Unless it's like one of the 3 cousins I know that's having something, but the rest of them, I wouldn't get no invite. Unless they invite my cousin and she effed up and told me about it. And here I come going to the barbecue and everybody's surprised. Oh, Rhonda showed up? Okay. So, that's how usually I get an invite, secondhand, by mistake. So, none of my family likes me. So, that's it. But, I just, got fed up. I got to the point in my life and say, well, you're happy, you got your house, you got your bills paid, what, Why keep pushing yourself on people? Why? Just because they family? You don't have to accept family that's causing problems in your life or causing you to get headaches or stuff like that. So I just like, you know what? Peace. I blocked everybody. I think last week, the week before, my cousin asked my son, your mom wants some food? And I was going to say no, and I looked at my son, and my son said, I said, okay, tell her thank you. My son, his look was like, Ma, she's trying. And I'm like, okay, tell her thank you. Yes, she sent it. It was delicious, as usual, because she's a great cook. But I cooked that the week before, but my son gave me that look. I'm like, all right, tell her I said thank you. I appreciate it. She can send it. She sent it and I ate it, But I'm just tired. I'm just so effing tired of my family and they BS. I'm like, if you could cut your friends off, you can cut your family off. Because your friends wasn't bringing, if the ones that you part with or the ones that you separate from, they just giving you a headache or whatever. Have you ever had a friend who they got all the opinions in the world on your life, but as soon as you give them the opinion on your life, it's hate? I had to cut her off, and and then I had another friend. It's like, I like doing different things, but she like doing the same old clubs all the time or same old things every time. And I'm like, damn, can't you try going somewhere else? So that's why I had different friends. I sent a message to somebody the other day about separating your friends. So what happened when I did, okay, so some of my friends, I said, okay, so this is what I'm going to have to do. The ones who only like going Jamaican clubs, that's who I hang out with. When I feel like going West Indian clubs or the Trini clubs or, the American clubs and stuff like that. So I had to separate my friends. That's one of the reasons why I had to separate my friends. The second reason I had to separate my friends, because all of them was in the... Any cops listening? They was in the drug dealers thing. They all like dating these block huggers who be sleeping around with everybody. And what happened is when you hang out in a West Indian atmosphere, they all hang out in the same clubs. So the problem was that when we go to one party, all his ex-girlfriends be in the same club, because that's where he met them. And some of them will be my girlfriends, so they hate each other because they dated the same guy and they accusing each other of stealing a man or whatever. Oh, Lord. So I just have to separate it. We would all meet in the party, but I would just go with like one of my girlfriends, and then all 6 or 7 of them be in a party. So I gotta, when she used to go see her friends, and I used to go talk to my friends, then we meet in a corner somewhere. So that's how I had to do it. But yeah, all of them be sleeping with the same guys, and these guys just be moving from chick to chick. And the girls be arguing with each other, and the guys be like, been there, done that. He's moving on. But so I had to hear this stuff about each other, and I can't go back to this one and say, well, so-and-so said that, because they both are my good friends. So I just sit there and listen to them, and I give them the advice that I think is be a friend, and then I sit here and I listen, and I give her the advice. But I don't tell what each other tell, because they're both my good friends. So I'm like, y'all just stop needing to date the same guys. Y'all keep going through this, and y'all get mad at each other, and then you want to get mad at me because I don't want to pick sides. I'm like, I love both of y'all, and I like all of y'all. So, I'm not stopping talking to her because you can't stand her, or to this one because you can't stand her. I said, that's not me. You guys knew what kind of guy y'all was dating. So why should I have to be the one to make a decision? Stop dating the same guys. You know how these guys are. You know how these guys are. They got a whole bunch of women, and you just was a couple of them that was on their list. You know, some of them would hate my honesty. So, anyway, so yeah, so then I just had to. We separated. Not being mad at each other. It's just that some of them got married, some of them had more kids, some of them moved out of state, whatever. So we just all lost contact because I keep my circle tight. I don't like being a phony around people that I call my friends. Associates, yeah, I know I can't really talk around my associates. But if I'm your friend and you supposed to be my friend, I want to feel free to talk, and you give me advice and I give you advice and we don't talk about each other or whatever the case may be, because we all go through the same garbage with these guys, and we all go through these garbage with family and stuff like that. So I always gave advice on a platform of love, never trying to make you miserable or whatever the case may be. So anyway, I always, as a little girl, kept my circle tight. So that's why sometimes you see that when I see people around me that I can't trust or whatever, I can't be around people I can't trust. I can't let nobody in my house be thinking that they my friend that I can't trust, because I might have to go to the bathroom or whatever. Because if somebody invites me to their home, I'm not gonna go around stealing stuff in the apartment. But some so-called friends do that, or set the person up, or whatever. I don't want people like that. You know, to be called a friend, or just trying to know your business so they can set you up or whatever. I'm not gonna. I don't want to be around there, because when I was younger, I knew a lot of people. They was into a lot of stuff, and they confided in me, and it's none of my business to go tell nobody. Yeah, my homies, and they was into a lot of stuff. They husbands, they man, and everything. So I don't want nobody around there, because sometimes you might slip. So, with associates, you don't hang around. You just be around for a couple of minutes or an hour or so, or whatever. But friends, they always in your house. They always calling your phone. So, you don't want to be slipping up on your homies. Well, I take it seriously. I don't know how much they took it seriously. I take friendships very seriously. True friendships. Very seriously. And even when we break up, okay, you're not my friend no more, but I'm still yours. So I'm not going to be, telling whatever, just because me and you ain't friends. You may do that to me, but I'm not going to do that to you. In my little sentence a couple of minutes ago, I ain't say names or whatever, because I have different people that I hung around with, so I just can't. I can't be vibing with people like that. I can't be vibing with people like that. Anyway, and plus, I'm doing my little beauty regimen, because today's Sunday, my beauty day. So I did a little bit of it, and I'm relaxing a little bit. Still deciding what to cook. What time is it? It's 10:55 a.m. Still deciding if to venture out on and make the barbecue, because West Indians cook early on a Sunday. And I'm Trini. I'm from Trinidad, so we cook early on a. Matter of fact, I should have done that by 12 o'clock. We supposed 11 o'clock, really. Yeah, it's 11 o'clock. I was supposed to have been finished cooked already. Sunday dinner. Oh, yeah, that's how we get down in the Trini household, child. This is late for us. So, that's it. So, I'm just waiting. So, I just wanted to say hi, Sunday. And, seeing how this well, the person ain't getting in touch with me yet, and it's 11. Well, 5 minutes to 11. So let's see. I don't like nobody calling me at 8 o'clock. Anytime past 8 o'clock, we gonna do it the next day. Yeah, I like being, even if I'm not gonna sleep, I like being relaxed in my home after 8. I don't like nothing happening after 8. I just want to relax. You understand? Because it's dark outside and whatever, and anything can happen. I just want to chill. You know, that's for all the young people coming up. Let me tell you something. When you get your first apartment, make it as comfortable as you want. Why? Because when your house is comfortable, you ain't going to want to leave it. But you're young. You're going to want to go to the clubs. You're going to want to go to the party. But when you reach a certain age, you're going to see how right I am. You're going to be like, yeah, a comfortable house makes you want to stay home. You understand? Because you're comfortable. Your bed is nice and soft and lined, and it's fluffy and it feels good. And then you walk through your door and your living room is all clean, nicely decked out. Your kitchen, your fridge is full. Everything around you is comfort. That's what makes you stay home when you reach in your 30s. But you're young in your 20s. You want to party and stuff like that. You understand? But when you get to that age, you're going to see. Always make where you live at comfortable. Always pay your rent or your mortgage, because you need somewhere to lay your head. Don't worry about taking your money and getting that Louis and that Gucci and blah, blah, blah. Sorry to call names or whatever, or all that designer wear, blah, 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 blah. Pay your rent, young ladies, young men. Because after all that partying, and you ain't got somewhere to lay your head, you got to sleep on somebody's couch or somebody's floor or something like that. That's not a good look. That's not a good feeling. Always pay your rent. Always pay your mortgage, because you always need somewhere to live. Okay? Everything is secondary. Second, pay whatever utilities. Third, whatever else. Even if you have kids, that child is gonna get that toy at a different date. Pay your rent. Because if you don't pay your rent or your mortgage, where that child gonna stay? And where you gonna stay? Because you wanted to take your $700 and go get some design or something that you know you couldn't afford, and you taking your rent money to do it just to show your friends you got it. And then what's gonna happen? You ain't got no apartment to stay. You can't take care of your child. Then BCW comes in. Well, back in the day it was BCW, child welfare. Then yeah, always have somewhere for you to lay your head. Always. Even if it's in the worst part of town or whatever, pay your rent. Pay your rent until you can do better. Pay your rent. I'm telling you. First thing on the list, rent. At least you know that's secure. You always got somewhere to live. Always got somewhere to lay your head. Food and everything else can come differently. You can go by your homegirl's house, your homeboy's house, your mama house, your daddy house, to get or do like what I used to do. Get the 12-pack of cup of noodles, get the 12-pack, the 36-pack of the Roman noodles, get some franks or some sausage, get some cheese. That's your dinner. Get a pack of chicken. Chicken is the cheapest thing out there. Well, not now, but you can always find a sale on chicken or hamburger. And you got food for the week on the meager-est of salaries. You understand? And if you date, at least once a week, your boyfriend or girlfriend, y'all going out to eat. I mean, if you the girl, at least once a week, you going out to eat. So, you know, because you and your boyfriend struggling both of the time. So you're not gonna pressure him into paying nothing for you because he's trying to struggle, get his life together because y'all both young together. Now, if you one of those hotsy-totsy young girls and want to date these older men, which I think is crazy, because you're young. You haven't seen the world yet. How do you know, you haven't seen the world. You haven't experienced the world. He has, but you haven't. But anyway, that's a different topic. But yeah, pay your rent. Pay your rent, young people. Have somewhere to lay your head. If you have children, have somewhere to lay your head and your children's head. That's the first thing of order you have to do. First thing. Okay? And that's it. I think that's the only lesson I have right now. I gotta go downstairs and take my laundry out. I don't know if I'm gonna take something else after this. This wasn't even supposed to be this long. I was just gonna say hi and for about 15 minutes. It's now 51 minutes. Yeah. But yeah. Do you? You know, when your parents tell you something, it's because they experienced it. Most of y'all young people don't think that we experience anything in life. Okay, I don't have a bra, so I don't want. This is gonna be on things I can't really. I can't really do me. But let me see if I can push this up so you won't see my boobies. Oh.